A major twist in the unmasking controversy on Capitol Hill. Sources telling Fox News that former National Security Advisor to President Obama, Susan Rice, is the one who sought the names of Trump transition officials caught up in surveillance. Fox News senior political analyst Britt Hume told Bill O'Reilly last night there's likely something to this.
Susan Wright asked for comment, apparently has not responded. If this were not the case, one senses that she probably would be quick to say so. So we can't conclude definitely that this is the real deal, but I think there's real evidence. And it certainly, Bill, confirms that this whole thing about the surveillance of people, the picking up of Trump associates and the unmasking of their names and identities is a legitimate thread for these investigations going forward.
Joining us now is Deputy Opinion Editor for The Washington Times, Kelly Rydell. What is your take on these latest developments? Because at best, this is a scandal. At worst, it's a crime.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we should be very clear with what this is and the terminology used here. This was the Obama administration in all, you know, best case scenario, worst case scenario, spying on an incoming Trump transition team. You know, you had last night Jim Scudo from CNN. He was an Obama appointee in political affairs before he moved over to CNN to report on this, say that a source close to Susan Rice said that what she did wasn't improper. So now here you have Susan Rice, who just, you know, a couple weeks ago was saying she had absolutely no idea what Devin Nunes was talking about, to admitting she knew what he was talking about, but that there was nothing improper. I think that, you know, from all of these other major networks, Bloomberg View confirmed Fox News' report. The New York Times has had some reporting that corroborates this report, but it's been a deafening silence from CNN, NBC, ABC, which I think is just irresponsible, because right now there are two different stories going on. One is the investigation of the Trump administration and associates about possible collusion with Russia,
right.
But we have another huge bombshell of a story of the Obama administration possibly spying on the Trump transition team.
Right. These are two investigations, essentially, is how we could put it. Two critically important investigations. Caitlin, I want you to get in here. We should explain to everybody that typically when we talk about masking, it's the identities of American citizens who are caught up in surveillance when they're maybe in a conversation with a foreign official. Their names are masked to protect their identities. And they can be unmasked, but generally it's done by intelligence or law enforcement officials involved in an investigation, not somebody in Susan Rice's place. And I also want to point out, she clearly did not tell the truth to PBS on this story, and we know she lied about Benghazi and the root of that.
Well, I was going to say there's not a lot of goodwill built up between Susan Rice, particularly, and Republicans because of everything we've seen. But also, you know, there are a couple question marks remaining, though. You know, Devin Nunes has talked about incidental collusion, incidental collection, which is legal. And so we also have to keep in mind that the U.S. government was conducting an investigation into the Russian meddling, and so this could have been a part of that. We don't know what the intention was so far. Certainly the questions remain, but I think it's also a jump to say that this confirms that the administration was spying. This doesn't confirm that. This is incidental collection.
But what was someone in her role?
Things here is that
myriad.
I'm just going to point to one that I picked up on is you can ask for unmasking if it yields if there's foreign intelligence value. You have to wonder, why is Susan Rice asking to unmask the names of these Trump administration officials? Was that for political purposes, or was there some foreign intelligence value in doing that? And if it's for foreign intelligence value, why are they doing it as they're going on their way out the door? It seems like they were trying to arm themselves with information for political value, and that doesn't look good.
But why would it be someone in her position that's doing this? That's my real question. I mean, we're criticizing Jared Kushner for having meetings with, you know, with Mexican officials and being involved in these kinds of things, and yet this person in the same role is asking to unmask these folks. So what
It would have to be justified as the pursuit of national security interests. That's the only reason it would be proper. If it was politically motivated, basically the abuse of intelligence collection and the unmasking of American citizens for political motivation, that would be improper in the very best case scenario.
Right.
But I want to point out, Kelly, in the Wall Street Journal, in the editorial page, doing their own independent reporting, this is what they write. We're told by a source who has seen the unmasked documents that they included political information about the Trump transition team's meetings and policy intentions. We're also told that none of these documents had anything to do with Russia or the FBI investigation into ties between Russia and the Trump campaign.
Yeah, I mean, and so that equates to spying. And, you know, the Wall Street Journal is confirming that. I have also heard from sources that what this dossier really is just a political gossip about Trump and transition officials, basically, you know, that the intel team was looking to disseminate among other, you know, other intel agencies before the Trump team came in. And this is really serious stuff. I mean, this is the third world government sort of police state tactics, if this is actually true. What I would implore the Trump administration to do would be to declassify these documents, get them out in the public, and then let everyone else decide. There's a lot of looming questions still, but on the face of things, this really does not look good.
No, somebody, I would guess, is going to wind up testifying under oath, and somebody is going to wind up talking to the FBI. And if you lie to the FBI, even if you're not under oath, it's a crime. Kelly, thank you so much.
Somebody's going to be pleading the fifth.
John said it. Thank you, Kelly. Kelly Rydell joining us.